Om Shri Sai Ram. A humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagavan Shri Satya Sai Baba. Dearest Swami, you have mentioned to us so many times that your birthday is the day you were born within us. With your divine guidance and blessings, we would like to depict a story of a man who to the rest of the world is a bad person, but is transformed by your birth within him. The story is entitled Hurt Never, Help Ever. In this story, we humbly would like to convey that by hurting others, we are only hurting ourselves, and by helping others, we are only helping ourselves. Finally, we realize that even when we are helping, we are but your instruments. Swami, you have guided us through this entire play. Your hand was present at each step of the way. With your divine blessings and grace, we hope to showcase this play far and wide to all of your children who are not a part of this organization. Paul had just completed his bachelor's in software engineering and business at a prestigious university. Upon the completion of his studies, he obtained a job at a very rapidly growing startup in Silicon Valley.
Are you all ready? Alright folks, we know what we need to do. We've seen this explosive growth to 200 million monthly active users. How?
Win!
That's right, we play hard and we win. And we keep winning and winning. So you go back and you do what you need to do. I don't care how you do it, but you get your stuff done. So what are you guys gonna do?
Win!
Alright, get back to your desk. Go!
Hey Paul, could you help me for a second?
Sure, buddy. What's up?
I'm having a bit of trouble with optimizing this last piece of code. I've nearly got it to a point I can push it out, but I'm just stuck on this last part.
Alright, sure, man. Why don't you send it to me? I'll take a look. What a dope! He couldn't even figure this out? It's literally just this.
Win! What's cooking, folks?
Yo, Mo, check this out. I just fixed this huge bug and optimized it. It's all ready to go.
Wow, that's crazy. Awesome job. Wasn't that supposed to be Sanjay's bit? But great job, Paul. I know you've hardly been here for a few weeks, but you've really hit the ground running.
Hey Paul, I've been working on this project for 6 months. How could you steal all the credit in front of the boss? I just asked you for help.
Hey man, whatever to get the job done, doesn't matter who does it. As they say, win, win, win.
Paul, although new to the company, fits right in like a glove. His aggressive, win at all costs mentality is compatible with the company's philosophy. By knocking many of his less pushy colleagues like Sanjay out of the way, Paul quickly works his way up into middle management.
Sanjay. My main man Sanjay is going to bring me good news today.
Hi boss.
Hey man, I've told you so many times, just call me Paul. I'm just one of you. So tell me, are we ready to push this new release out or what?
Boss, I've already told you that it can't be ready by today. We have been working every night and weekend till 3 am. I haven't seen my kid in 3 weeks. It was totally unrealistic.
Sanjay, are you asking me for more time? Do you need some family time? Is that what it is?
Yes, boss. That would be really nice. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Are you crazy? We have 400 million users around the world counting on this feature, and you're asking me for time off now?
No, boss. But we had expressed that it wouldn't be possible.
Nothing is impossible. We get stuff done and we keep winning. How are you people so slow? You have until first thing on Monday morning to get this done. And if it's not done, don't even bother showing your face back here. You understand?
Needless to say, poor Sanjay was laid off from the company by a heartless Paul. Many years pass. Paul gets married to a kind-hearted lady called Lisa, and in due course has two beautiful children, Katie and Jacob. However, Paul's stresses at work spill over to his home. One evening,
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens. Here, Jacob, open your mouth.
No, hungry.
See? That's what you think. But your stomach wants more food. Look, your sister's eating by herself. Come on, Katie. Don't waste food, okay? Do you know how many starving children there are in the world who don't even have this much to eat?
But I want pizza!
We'll have pizza on Friday, but today you should eat this. If you eat pizza every day, you'll get worms in your stomach. Please, Katie, be a good girl. Mommy's so tired, right?
Okay, sorry, Mommy.
See, Jake? Your sister's eating her food, so she'll be strong and healthy. Open your mouth. The plane needs to land.
Just then, a flustered Paul barges in through the front door.
Paul, you're so late again. The food is getting cold. Please come and eat. Paul, Jake is creating a big fuss to eat. Please tell him how important it is to stay strong.
Jake, eat your food.
Nicely?
No, not hungry.
Stop kicking a fuss and listen to me.
No.
You won't listen? How dare you disrespect your dad?
Okay, honey. You're tired. Just eat. I'll take care of the children. Why do I even bother asking you? Things just get worse. Honey, put the phone away. The children are getting distracted. Paul, I've told you before, please eat your food mindfully at the table. The children need to learn to focus and be mindful of their eating habits. And the way you eat is teaching them all the wrong habits.
I don't need to listen to you and your mindfulness rubbish. This is a free country and I'll do whatever I want.
Jake, please eat.
Don't need to listen to you.
What?
Free country.
A few more years pass, and by working relentlessly hard, Paul has been promoted to the Chief Technology Officer of the company. Paul starts to use his position to spread jealousy and hatred against the people he does not like.
So that's why I believe as CEO, you have the power to move this company in the right direction. We have the chance now to stop the wastage of hundreds of tons of plastic and opt for a much greener solution. This would not only send a strong message to the tech industry that we take the climate change.
Sheesh, can you believe her nerve? She gets one chance and she's already trying to push forward her tree-hugging agenda.
I know. You know, the other day over lunch, she kept going on and on and on about the planet this and pollution that. I mean, sheesh, lady, give it a break.
But the boss seems to be lapping this stuff up. He seems to like Megan a lot. Can't stand this.
We can't allow this tree hugger to get her way here, can we?
Yeah, she'll make all of us look bad with her oh so saintly attitude.
And put the company in good light as a shining example to the world.
Bravo, Megan. I really like people who think out of the box, and you've got me thinking about issues I've never even considered before.
Let me ask you a question, Megan. How do you think this aligns with our company culture?
Excuse me?
I mean, you talk about the environment and plastics, but is this really what's right for the company?
Yes, I believe it is. Because a win at all cost mentality is not good for anyone in the long term, and
But we do want to win. If we don't win, others will win, and we don't want that.
well, pardon me, Mr. Wheeler, but I do not agree with your simplistic definition of winning. Setting an example for the rest of the industry is a win in my opinion.
Why so emotional? All I'm saying is your proposal's way too expensive. Spend millions of dollars just to save a few trees when we could be expanding to Asia and Africa and
Listen to me, Mr. Wheeler. There's no point in all this expansion at the expense of our planet.
you're yelling. You're not calm. We're just calmly talking here. Don't cut me off.
This is not being calm. You are not hearing me out objectively.
We've heard your point multiple times, but we're simply not in a place to spend that much money on the environment, especially with zero returns on investment.
But that's what I'm saying is not true. It will.
I'm sorry, but I have to agree with them. This proposal sounds great for the idealist, but from a business standpoint, it is, for lack of a better word, just nonsense.
How can you call the planet we live in nonsense? And the standards we'll be setting.
Okay, listen. Calm down, everyone. Calm down. Clearly, tensions are high in here. Let's sleep on it and revisit it again later, okay?
Needless to say, Megan's proposals were never revisited. Having been labeled an emotional and overly passionate woman by Paul, her opinions were taken less seriously by others. As we will soon see, the hate Paul only breeds more hate, and that comes back to haunt him when he is in a weaker position. Paul relentlessly works towards being an influencer at his company. His hard work and dedication are to be admired and appreciated, but his anger and desire inadvertently hurts all those around him, including his family and co-workers. After many years, Paul is appointed the CEO of the company. Being at the top does not tame him. His attitude only gets worse and trickles down to every aspect of the company. The anger and fear spread all around the company, creating an extremely unpleasant environment. The extreme stress of the new position takes its toll, and Paul comes down with a severe flu. That still doesn't tame his anger, however.
Katie. 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 Katie!
What?
Go and get me some water.
Dad, can't you ask a bit nicely?
What? Can't you see I'm so sick? Just go and get it for me.
Go away! I'm busy!
Useless kids. Such burdens they are. You've raised them to be such useless children. They're so unmotivated to do anything. Look at them, glued to that TV.
Paul, I never watched the TV or used technology. They have observed their father constantly engaged with technology and imitate that.
Are you saying this is my fault?
All I'm saying is,
And they're so disrespectful. They have no respect for their parents.
Paul, What do little children know? They're merely imitating how they're being spoken to.
No, you need to teach them respect.
Whatever I do, this man doesn't listen. These children need their father to set a good example, but instead are becoming angry and distracted teenagers. What is the point of all of this money and this big house? I have no peace or happiness.
Hi, Lisa. It's me, Mary.
Oh, hey, Mary.
How are you? How are the kids and Paul?
I'm okay. Kids are okay. Paul is busy as usual.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to check if you were free tomorrow morning. We're going to pack and ship supplies which are going to help refugees in South Sudan. And we're just one volunteer short.
I don't know, Mary.
Come on, Lisa. The kids will be at school. Paul is at work. You always say no. It'll be fun.
I'm not so sure, Mary.
Lisa, this water is too cold. Are you trying to kill me?
Yes, I'll be there.
Oh, praise the Lord. I'm so excited. Okay, wonderful. Meet us at the Church of Our Holy Redeemer, 236 Jackson Drive, San Jose.
No, I meant,
Okay, be there at 8 a.m. sharp, and you don't need to bring anything except a full heart ready to serve. Ooh, we're so excited to have you there. It's gonna be so much fun. Bye.
What just happened?
Lisa!
I'm coming.
Lisa accidentally accepts Mary's invitation to serve at the church. Little does she know that the Lord has taken the first step towards her and her family, and his divine drama has just begun. A few years later, life suddenly takes a sharp turn.
Harassment, bullying, and all around a toxic work culture promoted at the company. The company slogan, "Win, win, win," is alleged to be a code word for getting things done at all costs. Now, a damning leak of internal emails is threatening to damage the reputation of the company. At the center of this scandal is the CEO, Paul Wheeler, a driven worker who started from the bottom as a software engineer. Mr. Wheeler has built a reputation as a no-nonsense, all-action worker who worked his way up over many years. Co-workers and former employees allege, however, that this attitude led to a workplace permissive of bullying and harassment.
I used to work with and under Mr. Wheeler. He will stop at nothing to get what he wants, even lying and stealing. He treats his employees like slaves, and the employees' families have to suffer. I hope the company is freed from his reign of terror.
An independent panel is investigating claims of workplace harassment. Investors and board members at the company are calling for Mr. Wheeler to resign.
Ungrateful wretches. The company is a household name because of me. How dare they do this to me? You don't think they'll make me resign, do you? After all I've done for this company over all these years?
Don't worry, Paul. I'm sure God will take care.
You know, lately you've been talking about this God a lot. Where's this imaginary God of yours now, huh? He's not taking care of me. Jake, dear, it's gonna be okay, right? The media is just spitting out fake news these days, right?
Dad, I'm sure things will pass. But maybe if you're a bit nicer to people from now on, it'll help you.
Nice isn't what brings success, Jake. Hard work, toil, and sweat does.
Yes, Dad, but if we hurt others in the process of working hard, it'll only hurt us. Even I know that.
Ha! What do you even know? Live life first and see, then talk.
See, Dad, we're trying to help you, and you don't even see it.
You all don't understand. Just leave me alone.
After months of investigations and media scrutiny, Paul is forced to step down as CEO. However, the company still valued his contributions and allowed him to stay on as a senior manager. A new CEO is brought in to turn the company around.
As you all know, we have been through fire and back. I stand here before you today, pledging to turn this company around. But change starts with each and every one of you standing here. In your thought, word, and deed, you must pledge to do what is right. For example, always assume the best of intentions. Don't be quick to judgment. Be compassionate and give credit where it is due. A happy workplace is a healthy workplace, and we all grow together. I look forward to not leading, but serving you all in this position assigned to me.
Oh, nearly late for my meeting. Good morning, everyone. I'm here to talk about the team of software engineers responsible for the new product and why keeping them around might not be in the best interest of the company.
Oh, I see. Very interesting. I would love to hear your thoughts. You have so much experience running this company.
Thank you, ma'am. While I want to express total alignment with your views on revamping the work culture around here, from my understanding, this engineering team has been consistently failing to meet their goals and.
Sheesh. Can you believe this guy? He's just been demoted and still got the nerve to be sticking around here.
I know. He's like a cancer that just won't leave. Ugh. And he's trying to bring his bigoted views to the new CEO.
Look at them. The CEO seems to be really interested in what Paul's saying.
We need to get rid of Paul. He's a nuisance.
And I love this company more than anything in the world. In this case, though, the team is solely responsible for $250,000 in losses and hasn't taken any steps to change in the last 2 years.
You make some really good points, Paul. Clearly, I can see your passion for this company's success, and I would like to understand your views a bit better.
Let me ask you a question, Paul. We're trying to change as a company and show the world that we care about people. Does your proposal align with that at all?
Excuse me?
I mean, you're suggesting that we lay off a whole bunch of people.
Yes, I believe that underperformers should always be given a chance to shine in other roles within our company. But this group has been given plenty of chances already.
But you clearly don't care about people.
Pardon me, Nandini, but I don't agree with your characterization of me. In my opinion, we are doing a great disservice to so many other people at our company by keeping this team around.
Why are you getting so emotional? I'm merely suggesting that all of us think that your proposal is way out of line and...
Hey, listen to me. I don't think we should lower our standards for this great company.
You're yelling. You're not being calm. We're just calmly talking here. Don't cut me off.
This is not being calm. You're not objectively hearing my arguments.
We've heard your point multiple times, but You're simply discriminating.
But I'm saying I do care about people and.
I'm sorry, but I have to agree with Jim. Your proposal just shows a total lack of empathy.
How can you say that? I love this company and.
Okay, listen. Calm down, everyone. Calm down. Clearly, tensions are high in here. Let's sleep on this and revisit later, okay?
Needless to say, Paul's proposal was never considered. Having been labeled as an uncaring person, his opinions were taken less seriously by the new CEO. The bad vibes and feelings that he had spread around the company had come back to hurt him.
After rumors of a toxic work environment were leaked, former CEO Paul Wheeler has been let go. Colleagues say he was a bad influence in the workplace and that they could not possibly turn the company around as long as he was there. Stock prices have gone up since then.
Lisa! 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 This Lisa's always running off to that church for service. Service starts in the home. I'm suffering here and this woman keeps running off like this.
Hi, you've reached Katie Wheeler.
This Katie never answers her phone, never returns my calls.
Hey, Dad.
Jake, buddy, how are you? How's college?
Fine. Hope you're okay.
Jake, they've taken everything away from me. I tried so hard to change and tried so hard to be like them, but they still stabbed me in the back. How could they do this to me, Jake?
Well, Dad, I'm sure you tried. But a wise person once said, if you just planted a few orange seeds now, having spent your whole life sowing lemon seeds, is it really surprising if you see a lemon tree growing there?
Huh? I don't know what you're saying. I don't deserve this at all, Jake. I never had bad intentions. I was only working hard for the good of the company and to support this family. Why is everyone deserting me?
Dad, I'm just gonna say it. You're always shouting at Mom and us. That's why Mom keeps running to church and Katie can't even bear to talk to you. I can't imagine what you would have been like at work. I'm sorry, Dad, but if you hurt everyone around you, it will come back and hurt you eventually, and that's what's happening now.
Insolent child, how can you preach me when I'm like this?
You see, Dad? I can't even talk to you. I never could. When you're like this, no one can help you.
Two years have passed. Paul has fallen into a deep depression. and is unable to climb out of it. He has no motivation to look for a new job as his confidence is completely shaken. His career has given him and his family sufficient wealth and savings to continue living well, but all that prosperity brings him no mental peace. Meanwhile, his children have started their own lives and have no time to put up with him. His wife, Lisa, performs the household duties to perfection, but spends most of her time helping out at the church. After serving and caring for the homeless and the sick all night long, Lisa walks in the door early in the morning.
Oh, praise the Lord! What a gorgeous day! Praise to you, Lord, for this air we breathe, the life-giving sun and the trees.
This crazy woman again? She hasn't slept a wink? Where on earth is she getting so much energy from?
Good morning, Paul. Breakfast will be ready in 20 minutes, okay? After that, it's back to the church. We're packing canned foods and supplies for refugees in Syria.
How the... What is it about this church that keeps driving this woman there? And how is she surviving without sleep? I'm sleeping 14 hours a day and I'm still so tired. Ooh, my back. Oh boy. Better freshen up a bit before breakfast.
Oh, Paul, you won't believe what happened last night. There was this homeless man who came to the church seeking shelter at 3 a.m. in the morning. He had been in prison for a robbery he had committed many years ago. And you know, he was just released yesterday. Without a place to go and a penny in his hand, the Lord guided him to our church and gave me the opportunity to serve him.
You what? What were you thinking? You're putting yourself in so much danger.
Oh, Paul, there's really no need to worry. Jesus is watching over all of us. He is taking care.
Oh, really? So where is he right now, huh?
He is everywhere, Paul. All around you, his glory shines.
Ah, this again. You have some screws loose in your head, Lisa. You need to get it checked.
I'm just gonna go.
What is she doing? She keeps talking cryptically about this God being all the time. And then she keeps running off and leaving me here while helping convicts and criminals on the street. What is it about this church anyway that she keeps running off to? You know what? Maybe she's not even going to church. Maybe she's off having a great time with her friends and pulling a fast one on me. Let me go and check if she's really at this church.
And thus, full of suspicion, but at the same time, curiosity, Paul follows Lisa unbeknownst to her.
Lisa, you're here! Always bright as sunshine you are.
Oh, I'm so sorry I'm so late.
Late? You were here all of last night. You should have stayed at home and rested, Lisa. We can take care of ourselves here.
Oh, Frank, don't worry about it. Of what use is this body if it cannot serve the poor and the needy? We can't go to Syria. The least we could do is help them in whatever way we can.
Poor and needy? I need help here.
Okay, so we're targeting 1 box per family. Each box should have 2 sets of children's clothes, a man and a woman's clothes, 4 pairs of woolen socks, a bag of rice, 4 tins of beans, and a self-care kit.
What is this? No wonder she never comes home. These people are so inefficient. No, no, no. This is not how it's done. You'll be here all day.
Paul? What are you...
You build a box and pass it to her. You place it on this table, load it with the clothes, and roll it to him. Now, you load it with the food supplies behind you and pass it to Lisa. Lisa then load the self-care kit, close the box, and place it down.
What?
Who is this man?
This is my husband, Paul.
Paul! Ah, welcome, welcome, welcome. We've heard so many wonderful things about you from Lisa. Apparently, you used to run one of the largest corporations in the world.
Wow, so nice to see you here, Mr. Wheeler. Thank you so much for your advice. Do you really think that it'll help us finish faster?
Yes, I'm sure of it. Then, you won't have to stand for too long in this cold. And you might be able to pack more boxes than you thought you could. Why don't you try it out? See, let me show you.
But before Lisa could intervene, Paul's natural leadership instincts took over and he showed them how to perform service efficiently in an assembly line. The churchgoers were very impressed. A few hours later,
Wow, Paul. We thought this would take us the whole day today, and we got done before lunch. This has never happened before. God bless you, my son.
Bless your heart, dear. The Lord will be so pleased. Nothing was wasted in the process either, and we even managed to pack everything.
Wow, they like me. They really, really like me. I'm a natural at this. No problem.
Would you like to join us tomorrow? It's Sunday morning. We're serving breakfast to the homeless.
Sure, why not? It's not like I'm doing much else anyway. I bet these people will be making a mess of it over there as well. Let me see what I can do for them.
the Lord has entered Paul's life. Now, Paul is in his fold, whether he knows it or not. In the meantime, Paul doesn't realize that by helping others, he experiences an immense joy, which prompts him to go back and serve again the next day. Gradually, Paul keeps returning to the church to take part in service activities. Even though he doesn't realize it, the inner joy he gets from helping others pulls him out of his deep depression. By helping others, he has helped himself. Paul's enthusiasm to serve leads him to become the service coordinator at Lisa's church. Within a few months, His energy draws new people to help and serve the community. Because the crowds become so large, the church required renovation, and Paul is working hard to get it done. One Sunday morning,
Dear friends and family, within us lies peace, joy, and happiness. But in the journey of life, this joy is hidden from us by anger. For as churning cream produces butter, and as twisting the nose produces blood, so stirring up anger produces strife. So it says in Proverbs chapter 30, verse 33. The question is, how do we deal with this anger? How do we build up our inner resources so that we do not respond in the wrong way and hurt other people? Turn to Ephesians chapter 4, verse 31-32. The Lord tells us to get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you. Listen, the wisest thing you can do is to surrender your life to Jesus Christ and let Him begin to live His life in and through you. And when you lead a God-led life, you influence other people before you even say a word.
Amen.
I'm losing it here. Those renovators are watching football, not getting any work done.
Okay. Did you try talking to them nicely?
I've been trying to get them to budge, but it's like banging my head on a brick wall.
Wow, Paul. Calm down. This isn't the tech industry anymore. Didn't you hear the fathers talk today? By holding this much anger against others, you're only spoiling your own peace of mind.
Oh, so I guess love is supposed to solve all these problems? I'm supposed to love them and caress them to get them to do their job.
Isn't that what the Christ's life was meant to teach us? We need to channel His love into each and every action we do. That is how we reach salvation.
I don't believe this nonsense. How else do you get incompetent people to do anything unless you teach them a right lesson in work ethic?
Actually, I totally agree with you. If they're slacking on the job, their work ethic is poor and needs correction. So let's lovingly tell them what they need to do.
Okay, if you're so good at this love business, then you go talk to them. I'm exhausted.
It's not my love, Paul. You're the former tech CEO, and I've learned so much about leadership from you. I'll do as you say and try my best to talk to them. The Lord will take care of the rest. My dear brothers, good morning.
Frank, my man. Come watch the game. The 49ers are really cruising now.
Thanks, fellas, but I have a lot of work to do. How's the progress on the renovation coming?
It's all right, man. We just gotta fix this drywall and paint everything, and we should be all set.
What about the plumbing?
Oh, yeah, that. I don't know. That's gonna take another week or two at least.
We don't have a week or two. This project was supposed to be done last week.
Hey, chill, man. You sound just like the other guy.
Why haven't you been able to meet your deadlines? I understand that this project is probably not easy, but you're all experienced and talented in your jobs. What gives?
Hey, go away, man. We just want to watch the game. If you're not happy, go talk to our boss. We shouldn't even be here on a Sunday anyway.
Your boss is trusting you to do your jobs to the best of your ability. Do you think he would make you work on Sunday if it weren't absolutely necessary?
Yo, we're trying to watch here.
Tell me, what's blocking you guys? If we all work together, perhaps we can get this done soon.
We? What can you do to help us?
Yeah, all you people do is yell at us anyway. We're too slow, we're too lazy, we're too sloppy.
Especially that guy who was in before you. Boy, the language that comes out of his mouth.
I see. I understand. So do you feel like people don't respect you enough?
Uh-huh. No one trusts us to get stuff done. Even before we start a job, people assume that we are going to do a bad job and tell us off. It's all downhill from there.
And this project hasn't been easy at all. The materials are so hard to source, other vendors don't return our calls, and it's so boiling hot in here. Oh!
I hear that. I know exactly where you're coming from, and I empathize. But let me ask you this. Do you really think sitting around here, slacking and watching football while you're supposed to be working will do anything to change people's perception?
Man, why you gotta preach us, Grandpa? Leave us alone. Nobody will understand us anyway.
We have 50 children with autism coming to this church this weekend, who are all relying on this room being completed for us to host them and show them a good time. Do you really think anyone is going to understand you better if you slack off now? Come on, my friends. What do you need? Is it too hot? Let me get you a fan. I'll also be sure to instruct the others to treat you with the respect your talents and skills deserve. We are ever thankful that the Lord sent you all here to be able to serve the poor and needy, and I'm ready to help in whatever way necessary. Please, let's continue with the work.
Alright. Come on, let's try and get this over with. Maybe we can see the last quarter of the game.
Wonderful! Praise the Lord! Let me go get you guys some water and some brownies that Sister Mary brought to church today. Ooh, nearly forgot that fan.
You're rewarding those clowns for their laziness?
Paul, please treat them with respect. They're also God's children after all, and they're working hard now. If we treat them with more love and respect, they will certainly work harder.
How are you still able to give them all these things? I would be fuming at the way they responded to you.
Of what use is it to hold any anger in the heart? A bit of firmness can be shown to motivate and control, but once the purpose is served, it shouldn't be held in the heart lest it become a burden.
You make it sound so easy, you know?
Paul, you've come such a long way since your days in tech. Lisa tells me that your passion to help others helped pull you out of a very low state you were in. I can tell that even your anger only comes from a desire to help others. But by slowly learning to let go of that anger, we can help ourselves to help others with more purity and as more refined instruments of the Lord.
Paul doesn't say anything. Deep down, however, he's amazed at how Frank patiently but firmly cajoled the workers into starting their work without using harsh words. The renovation was done on time, and the children had a wonderful time at the church. Paul's hard heart melted upon seeing the joy on the faces of children who had seemingly lost so much in life. While Paul still wasn't convinced about the words of the Lord or the existence of God in general, he was very inspired to expand his service in a grand manner. As we see now, a much more mellow Paul is seeking suggestions from his peers.
I've called this meeting with you all today to talk to you about an idea I had. We have been serving the community in small to medium-sized events so far, but I think we're ready to go bigger. I want to do something that'll have a lasting impact on the community around us. I am here to get your thoughts.
What about a large-scale soup kitchen? We can serve the large homeless population in the inner city.
Think, James. We feed someone for a day and they go hungry for life. We need something that can have a lasting effect.
What about our rehab program? We can scale that and accommodate more people.
Yes, but that's so small scale. We currently only have room for 30. Even if we double that, it's such a tiny impact.
Paul, the Lord isn't interested in the size of the impact, but the size of our hearts.
That's what you all always say, but as service coordinator, I think we need more ambition.
What about having a health day where we provide free medical advice and rehab to all?
Wait, that might just work.
We could do it like a camp.
That's brilliant. We could host it at the park nearby.
We would need to enlist all of our doctor friends to help. Ooh, we could have physical exams, mental wellness counseling, women's health,
eye exams, eyeglasses, dental cleanings.
Now we're talking. This would benefit needy people from far and wide who need medical help. Awesome, friends. Are we all on board?
Yes, we are.
Great. I think realistically, we could pull this off in about 3 months. If we're all agreeable, let's get cracking.
Two months pass. Preparations for the medical camp are well underway. However, being the first time the church is doing this, it is taking an enormous amount of work. Paul is working day and night to ensure that the day goes smoothly.
Dear friends and family, one of the most important aspects of spiritual growth, one of the ways to grow deeper in your faith, is by serving others the way Jesus did. Mark chapter 10, verse 45 in the Bible says, "For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." Serving other people is not always convenient, is not always fun, and is certainly not about you. In fact, the most important part of serving is to get the spotlight off of you, long enough to recognize the needs of those people all around you, and to start meeting some of those needs. Nowadays, everybody wants to be a leader. Nobody wants to be a servant. And yet, Jesus did not talk about leadership. He talked about servanthood. He said, if you want to be great, be the servant of all. I am also afraid that those who are interested in leadership are not much interested in leading. They are interested in praise. They are interested in themselves. They are interested in fame. And those are all the wrong reasons. Don't worry about being a leader. If you go and serve, you will be a leader. The two words, serve and give, define the way of Christian living. Focus not on being a leader. Focus on being a servant. And God will make sure you have influence.
Amen.
I understand, Doctor, but you had committed. It's for a good cause, Doctor. Please, you're the most senior pediatrician around, and there will be many children there. We will take care of everything else, Doctor. You just need to be here. Oh, you're busy? You'll call me back? Hello? Hello? Oh, hello, Father.
My child, how are you doing?
I'm okay, Father. Planning this is exhausting.
My child, I want to express my sincere gratitude from the bottom of my heart for all that you are doing for this church and for our Lord. In my many years here, I've never seen service being done so grandly, with such fervor and intensity. I sincerely thank you for bringing your energy to our humble church.
Father, I'm not the only one. So many of the folks in this church have stepped up and are bringing wonderful energy. I really cannot take all the credit.
All of you keep up the excellent work. The Lord is showering His blessings on you all.
I guess some parts of that sermon actually went in this time. The pastor said, Jesus did not talk about leadership, he talked about servanthood. He said, if you want to be great, be the servant of all. Since when have you ever given someone else credit for anything you're a part of?
Servant of who? This whole operation couldn't take off without me. None of these people would be anywhere without my guidance. I just thought that there are others involved too. And I mean, if this whole thing doesn't work out, at least I'm not the only one to blame.
Well, at least deep down, I know you're no longer taking credit for other people's work. That's a big step.
Paul will soon realize that nothing can happen if he does not will it. After weeks of toil, everything is finally coming together. The doctors have been finalized, equipment has been set up, and notice has been put out far and wide as to inform people of the medical camp. Crowds of up to 1,000 people are expected. The night before the medical camp, Paul and the organizing committee are frantically putting finishing touches on their preparations. Naturally, Paul is anxious and, as expected, is taking it out on the others.
Come on, people. If we're gonna do this right, we have to show a bit more care in the way we set these things up.
Paul, We're all so tired, and you must be absolutely exhausted. Why don't you go home and get some sleep?
How can I when people are doing sloppy work like this? If your Lord is really watching, he'd be appalled.
That's also a fair point. Come on, fellas, let's not slack off. This medical camp has to be worthy of our Lord's holy name.
Frank, I'm sorry. I needn't have yelled at you. You're all doing your best.
That's okay, Paul. Your heart's in a good place. You're just trying to do our Lord's work as perfectly as possible.
In his heart, though, Paul knows that he shouldn't have spoken so hurtfully about his peers. Frank's loving response and positive attitude extinguishes his anger instantly. Paul continues working.
Gotta get these boxes out of the way, otherwise Father might trip over when giving his opening sermon tomorrow. Oh, hello there, Jesus. It seemed like you died to redeem people of their sins. Heck, I don't even know what that means, but all these people are working day and night for your sake. It's quite incredible, really. They don't get money, they don't get fame or credit. They just do it for you. But who are you? They say you are omnipresent, you're watching us all the time. They claim that they try hard to see you and everyone they serve. Do you really exist? Do you really protect people? If so, where were you in those years that I was so deep in depression? Well, in some way, I guess you were with Lisa and you forgot about me. And then through her, you dragged me in. I don't know you. I don't even know if you exist. And Father's lectures about you are incredibly boring. But hey, if making me do these service activities for you was your plan to pull me out of that hole I was in, then thank you, sir. What am I doing? I'm talking to myself. Back to work. Yikes. There are going to be hundreds of people waiting in this chapel in the sweltering heat tomorrow. What are you people? No. Anger isn't the solution here. Everyone is busy as well. Let's see. What can I do to ventilate this place? Those windows on the stained glass mirrors. Those can be opened. That way, people can be comfortable while waiting. Let's see here. There must be a ladder in the closet.
As Paul starts climbing the ladder to open the stained glass mural windows, in sheer exhaustion, he loses his balance.
Whoa. Ah! Oh!
Okay, Mr. Wheeler. It's definitely not as bad as we'd feared. You have just fractured your ankle and will need complete bed rest for the next 3 weeks.
3 weeks? 3 weeks? No way! I have a massive project I'm leading tomorrow. That can't happen without my supervision. I have to be there. 3 weeks is impossible. Please, look at those results again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wheeler. Any activity at this point will only aggravate your injury further and cause it to delay the healing process. 3 weeks bed rest is the minimum you need, and I'll assist you again after that.
Why? Why did this have to happen?
It's okay, Paul. You were just tired, and accidents happen.
I know what you'll say. You'll say the Lord willed it. The Lord was watching me. Just when I was thinking he's not such a bad chap after all, where's his famous compassion and love now?
Paul, we wouldn't say something like that. We understand you must be hurting, and we'd like to help in any way we can.
Help? Help? Oh, this medical camp is doomed to fail. How can it go on now?
Don't fret about that, Paul. We'll take care of it.
You people? What do you all know about organizing such a large event? I'm sorry. I'm just really frustrated. But seriously, how are you going to do it?
Don't worry, Paul. What happened was most unfortunate, but in my heart, I still feel that the Lord is taking care. You fell right in front of His very eyes. He knows what has happened, and He'll take care of us.
Paul, it's 3 a.m. now. The patients will start checking in a few hours. We really want to stay here and support you, but for the sake of this big project you've masterminded, allow us to go and execute it to the best of our ability.
Okay. I really hope you all can do it. I have worked my socks off to organize this.
Don't worry, Paul. It is said that when you take one step towards the Lord, He'll take 100 towards you. You were thinking of His children's comfort when you climbed up to open the windows. He will definitely not allow your project to fail.
It's really going to take a miracle for this thing to go smoothly. I wish you all the best of luck.
Dawn breaks. Paul hasn't slept a wink. His heart is beating fast and he's sweating profusely.
It's 8 a.m. Everything must be in full swing now. Oh, the traffic must be terrible. I wonder how Frank is doing.
Hey, Paul. Hope your leg's doing better. What's up?
Frank, how's it going? Are you doing okay?
Oh, yeah. Everything is going great, you know. At first, coordinating people to the right parking locations was really challenging. But then a few of the patients saw me struggling and spontaneously offered to help me. After that, it was unbelievably smooth. Now that the major influx is over, the traffic is pretty easy to manage.
Wow. That's great to hear.
Yeah, it was like a divine intervention. Oop, gotta go. There are a few people coming in that look really lost. Take care and God bless.
Whew. What a bit of luck. Otherwise, it could have been chaos over there. Oh, but did the doctors come on time? I didn't get a chance to reconfirm with them last night.
This is James.
James! Did the doctors show up? Did all their equipment arrive?
Oh, hey, Paul. Hope your leg is doing okay. Yeah, actually, I was really confused because the doctors were trying to coordinate where their equipment should go, and they were using some big words that I had no idea what they were talking about. Thankfully, there were a group of doctors that had done this type of medical camp before, and they led the planning and setup of all the equipment. I was there to help them the whole way and to make sure they were comfortable, but boy, without those doctors' help, it would have been messy.
Oh, praise the Lord.
Wow, what did you just say?
Nothing. Great work, James. Just keep a close eye on the doctors and make sure they're comfortable and that they have everything they need, and we should be great.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Wow. It actually sounds like things are moving along well. That's really a miracle. Oh, but wait, who's keeping an eye on the patients? What if they're not fully aware of what they need to do?
Hi, Paul. Really hope your leg is doing better. Did you get any sleep?
No, but neither did you all. How are you coping with all the crowds?
Surprisingly, there is not much to cope at all. Everyone who has attended has been extremely cooperative. In fact, for those who didn't speak English, a few patients volunteered to help with translations. Things have been going really smooth, Paul. You don't need to worry. Take rest. The patients are very happy, and your efforts will not be in vain.
Thanks so much, Mary. Unbelievable. They're actually pulling it off. Absolutely unbelievable. How is it that each hitch that they faced got resolved so seamlessly? I wasn't even anywhere nearby to help. Could it be true? After all this, is there really a supreme being that's taking care of us? And all we have to do is to be instruments worthy of his name? If I was just his instrument, why did I keep coming back to church? If he's doing everything, what was the motivation for me to do all this? You don't think they'll make me resign, do you?
Former CEO Paul Wheeler has been let go.
Would you like to join us tomorrow?
Sure, why not? It's not like I'm doing much else anyway. Perhaps, even though I thought I was helping others, the main reason I kept coming back was to cure my own depression. Perhaps I needed the service activities more than they needed me. The warm feelings that I felt when those children came and had a great time, was that what truly motivated me? Although I thought I was helping others, perhaps it's really a greater power that is helping others, and I was truly helping my own self? I mean, these folks were actually doing fine without me, but I'm far happier now than I've ever felt. But if there's really a divine power that loves and takes care of all, why did he sink me to such a low depression for so many years? Why did he make my family desert me? Where was he all that time? Hey man, whatever to get the job done.
I hope the company is freed from his reign of terror.
Stop kicking a fuss and listen to me.
No!
This is a free country and I'll do whatever I want.
Free country.
You're yelling. You're not calm.
You're yelling. You're not being calm.
If we hurt others, it'll only hurt us. Even I know that.
I did that to myself. I was not being a worthy instrument of the Lord. I was hurting others and I ended up hurting myself. Why didn't I see this sooner? How many people I've hurt? And Lisa, oh my poor Lisa, has put up with me her whole life.
Paul, I know you've been calling everyone and checking on them, but we're doing fine, okay? The kitchen is doing great. No need to worry.
I'm so sorry, Lisa.
Hmm?
I've been such a horrible person, Lisa. I've behaved terribly.
No, Paul. I've always known the Lord is latent within you, ready to shine brightly.
I must have hurt you so much, Lisa.
Oh, Paul, think back. Look at yourself. Take a long, hard look and see how far you have come by participating in the Lord's service activities.
check this out. I just fixed this huge bug and optimized it. Father, I'm not the only one. I really cannot take all the credit. How are you people so slow? Don't even bother showing your face back here. You understand? What are you people? No. Anger isn't the solution here. If making me do these service activities for you was your plan, then thank you, sir. I still don't quite know about the Lord yet, but I can feel something in my heart that is yearning to know more and more about Him. Will you help me in this journey for the rest of my days, my dear Lisa?
Of course I will, Paul. Of course I will.
ప్రేమ స్వరూపులారా, నా పిల్లల యొక్క పరిస్థితి నాకు తెలుసు కానీ మరొకరు తెలియదు. నేనెప్పుడు మీ వెంటనే జంటనే ఇంటనే ఉంటుంటాను. మీరందరూ కూడా ఐకమత్యంతో పనిచేయండి. వర్క్ విత్ ది ఫీలింగ్ ఆఫ్ యూనిటీ. నా సీట్ ఇక్కడ కాదు. భగవాన్ సీట్ ఇస్ నాట్ హియర్. నా సీట్ మీ యొక్క హృదయమే. భగవాన్స్ చైర్ ఇస్ యువర్ హార్ట్. కనుకనే మీరు ఎక్కడ ఉంటే అక్కడ కూడా స్వామి ఉంటున్నాడు. స్వామి ఇస్ దేర్ వేరెవర్ యు ఆర్. ఏ కొరతలు మీకు జరగవు. నథింగ్ విల్ హ్యాపెన్ టు యు. ఏ విధమైనటువంటి అపజయాలు మీకు జరగవు. యు విల్ నెవర్ హావ్ ఫెయిల్యూర్. కానీ పరిపూర్ణమైన విశ్వాసంతో మీరు పనిలో ప్రారంభించండి. వర్క్ విత్ టోటల్ ఫెయిత్. ఏ పని చేసినా కూడా ఇది భగవత్ కార్యంగా భావించండి. వాట్ ఎవర్ యు మే డూ గుడ్ వర్క్, టేక్ ఇట్ యాస్ గాడ్స్ వర్క్.